Monday went down, we're live on the air. Networking, collabing, good vibes everywhere. From manic to magic, we're turning it round. Grab your drink, let's wind it all.
Resellers unite, share wins and some fun. Recharge your week, the best has begun.
Vintage finds and stories to share.
Two old guys and friends who care.
Monday went down, come join the crew. Relax, connect, discover something new. From manic to magic, the best show in town. It's Monday night, let's wind it down.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I got my coffee, I got my dollars, and I'm looking for deals. Am I at the right place?
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
Bless you, my child. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sister Mary Agnes. You may have heard about me from my friend Cajun Roots Reseller, Johnny. I met Johnny many years ago when he was purchasing furniture from Frankie and Johnny's in Louisiana. They were not going to give him credit, and I vouched for him. I said, let him have it with no problem. He's got the dollars. See the special man.
Let him have it with no
You got the
problem.
dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man.
Hello, I'm Johnny's Dough Girl. I'm here to say subscribe, hit the bell, not my belly button, and share out his shows. Always give him a thumbs up. You can even become a member. Buy him a coffee and follow his other channels like the cooking shows, my favorites, his fur babies, and more. Leave a comment. And when you watch a video, you're showing him your support.
Hi, I was looking for some jewelry. I'm going to be getting married soon. No, I don't have any credit.
Well, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, if you own a fixed income, even if it's on a sale in the Cajun Roots Reseller eBay store, guess what? Send an offer. We'll let you have it with no problem.
Johnny has many auctions, chat shows, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and all are welcome. But there's no drama or negativity tolerated on any of his channels. Now go, child, with my blessings. Watch Cajun Roots Reseller. Love always. Be kind to one another, and have a blessed day.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
See the special man.
You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun Roots, Johnny understands.
Johnny understands.
Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hope y'all got to listen to the new song. Did y'all like it? What is y'all thoughts
That
on
was
the
the
new
first
song?
time I saw the video completed.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I
He's so
did all of
fancy.
that. After you said yes, you liked it, we picked it. After I did it, I said, Mark, can you join me? Are you busy? And I said, okay, here's the 4 songs. I did 2 different ones. They gave me 2 different versions of each one. I said, which one do you like? I didn't tell him which one I liked. And after he was done, he said, I like that one. And that's what we went with. So, yeah.
But I hadn't seen the video.
Right. I had to put it
The
all together.
video's cool.
Yeah. I actually, what I like about it is that the words went perfectly with the way the video was changing throughout the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for being
Carol.
here. And yes, we do have a special guest. It's Michael. He's here today with us. Again, you never know when we're going to have a special guest. Any topic, let us know. We'll be glad to have you on as a guest to cover that topic. And of course, first in the chat was Mark and Mike, but Michael, he had to go through customs. As y'all know, he's been a bad boy. Yeah. So, TZ, hello, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. I've arrived at the limo, blew out the tire. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Carol, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are
Hey,
you
Carol.
Hey, baby.
doing? Denise, hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Hi, D.
Hey, Miss D.
Kevin, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you
Hey,
doing?
Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
Heather, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing?
Hi, Heather Gibbs.
Hi, Heather.
Miss Linda, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are
Linda, my homegirl. I've seen her once today.
you did? Baby girl vibes, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing? You feel the love, right? Yeah. That's okay, Miss Denise. It happens. I had to go look and make sure we were live when you said that too. It's like, oh, we live. Yep. I had to go look. Like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? It wouldn't be the first. And Lou, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing?
Hey,
And
Lou.
Cheryl.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing? Good to see
Hey,
you.
Cheryl.
Welcome. Well, thank you. Thank you. So did y'all get to hear the song? What do you think about it? If not, I can play it again. What else? Just listen to it. Yeah, because I got it uploaded in my music, y'all. Let's see here. Let's delete this one. Edit. Oh, I see what I got to do. Uncheck one and check two.
Oh, baby girl says play it again.
I'm doing it right now. I had to put it in my music section. All right. Add it. Go back. And where is it? I'm looking for it. Okay, what's going on here? Why I can't find it? It's right. Oh, because I didn't have it checked off.
Oh, my.
Oh,
All right.
and it's
Uncheck.
old, too.
Oh, I
So.
see. I didn't hit done. There we go. Now,
There we go.
there it is.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Money's been crazy. The hustle won't quit. But now it's time to laugh a bit. Johnny Cajun Roots and Mark, 2 old guys too. We've got a place made just for you. Monday went down, we're live on the air. Networking, collabing, good vibes everywhere. From manic to magic, we're turning it round. Grab your drink, let's wind it down.
Resellers unite, share wins and some fun. Recharge your week, the best has begun.
Vintage finds and stories to share.
2 old guys and friends who care.
Monday went down, come join the crew. Relax, connect, discover something new. From manic to magic, the best show in town. It's Monday night, let's wind it down.
That is actually the whole song, but I cut it up a little bit for the actual intro.
Well, you know
I
what, Johnny?
actually, yeah,
Johnny, I have not danced so much since I had a crawdad caught in my pants.
I actually created it in Chat GPT, and I want to thank Michael, Angry Otter Comics, to talk me into doing Chat GPT. And I'm learning and playing around with that. And I said this weekend I needed a song for our show, so I gave it my information, our description that we have in our description for our show, and I gave it some more information about myself and Mark, and said create me a song with this, and I put it into the app that TZ did a song for us for bingo, and I signed up for that program and created the song. So yeah.
Al, that's not how Mark got me to dance at our wedding.
We didn't dance.
It wasn't a crawdad.
So the information is in the description bar below, and thank y'all so much. I really enjoyed it. And again, like I told Mark and I sat together on Saturday morning, and there was four different ways that it created for me, and we chose that one. And so that's our theme song for the show. Also, Jeffrey, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. It's good to see you. And Mary B, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And John, hello,
Hi,
good
John
afternoon.
Robert.
How are you doing? Good to see
He
you.
thought he'd walked in. He thought he'd logged into a concert.
Well, it was kind of the long play dance version,
Yeah.
the disco thing.
Yet, Johnny, never mind. I'll let you. That
Moonrose,
is
hello, good
rude.
afternoon,
I'm
welcome. How
sorry.
are you doing?
What's
Good
rude?
to see you. I'm lost. Mary?
Did I miss something?
I'm thinking I missed something too. Is that how Mark got you to dance at your wedding? Love ChatGPT, John Roberts, Mary B.
I'm doing a live now. Like everybody that's watching here is just going to come over and see you. I'm sorry.
I see it now. Don't do that in my chat ever again. The next time you do it, you will be blocked. We had that conversation before. You never do that on somebody else's chat. Moonrose, never again.
Well,
I got
you
you
know,
cold.
but let me tell you, we have people where the shows will overlap, and we never ever say, come over to our show. But what we do say at the end of our show is if we know who's having a show now or is going to be having a show later on, we make sure and shout those people out and say, please go see these people. They're lovely people. And
We will shout you out. We will raid you. But that's
Yep.
one thing you don't want to do. And I think, Mark, I was getting to it. But yeah, when I saw that, I got to block you because I told you about that last week.
Johnny, I'm sorry.
But Mark, remember this. If you catch it before me, she is now going to get blocked because this is her last and final warning. I love everybody coming in, but that's the rudest thing to ever do when somebody's live is tell somebody, oh, I'm doing a live now. Come on over. No, we had that conversation before. So my thing with you, Mark, is if you see it before I do, you have that authority to block that person, but remove the comment first. But that is the last warning. Next time she will be blocked. Last and final warning.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Everybody's going to just leave us as we're just starting and go over and see what they're selling or talking about.
But I do think that you've got
going live. People can go and open up multiple tabs if they choose to. But the rudest thing is to go into somebody's live and say what was just said in the chat.
But I'm telling you what, Johnny.
And this is supposed to be. Sorry.
You got the best compliment ever.
What?
Because John Roberts said that he's scrubbing his Corningware and doing laundry. But of course, this is more fun. Now, anybody that can say doing your laundry and cleaning your Corningware takes a back seat to you, what a compliment.
Yep, that's true.
I personally would go back to cleaning my Corningware. But that's just me.
And Becky, thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome again. That is a note. I do not play. I don't do it to anyone else, and I don't expect anyone to do it here either. That is just downright rude.
Well, if it hadn't, I went on a rant this morning behind the scenes because we had somebody do it in our live last night, and it is just rude, and I have no tolerance for rude.
Exactly.
Well, and there's a difference. We've had people do that before, and we would acknowledge it and say, as soon as we're done with their show, we'd be more than happy for people to go over and visit someone else.
Exactly. We do that all the time.
And I have no problem with that at all. We do everything we can to support this community. Period.
That's what it's all about, collaborating and networking, not pulling people from one show to another. That is illegal anyway, because if YouTube gets a hold of it, guess what's going to happen? You're getting blocked, and I will do it. Or
All right,
anyway, Gate Masher, hello, good afternoon, and welcome.
Hey, Gate Masher, thank you for coming in the show yesterday.
And you know what? Some things are more important. I was going to use a pumice stone on my heels, and I decided I'd come here on your show instead. I'll deal with that. I can deal with ashy heels for one more day.
I do not doubt that one bit. All right, everybody. So as y'all know, on Mondays we started this. This is our third episode. I believe it is our third, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I gotta start putting that in the title. I keep forgetting to do that. I believe it is. Anywho, yeah, because we just started this 3 weeks ago. Yep, the 4th. Today is the 3rd week. 1, 2. Yeah,
I don't know,
third one. Yeah, because we started it on the 8th. I do need to start putting episodes in my title. Yep, it is the 3rd. Yep, it sure is. Yep, I decided to let the Gator House
Gator loose.
Well, thank you, Gate Smasher. But as y'all know, we are open to anyone who would like the first Monday. Yep, the first Monday of this month is when we started. Anyone who would like to be a guest on a particular topic, we already have somebody who's interested in coming in and sharing some information with us. Hopefully we can make that schedule for them in reference to how to make homemade dog food or pet food for your animals.
We're talking about chickens.
Yep, or chickens.
So we're open to anything.
Al, I would love to have you schedule that with us whenever it's available for you to come on a Monday afternoon, any Monday. We'll do that on the evening show. So again, if anybody has any particular topic, remember, it does not have to always be reselling. Any topic is fine with us. Don't put your on the whole.
No.
That's a good one,
Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing? My guest appearance last right. Our first guest last week was Ryan. That's right. We talked about cards
and you know what? Mark has had more interaction with him than I have. Yeah. But now that I'm retired, I caught that show, and he seems like the nicest person. And that's one thing that I've been happy being available more.
You found the hat.
That I have seen some of the nicest people, the most genuine people in this community.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that so much.
Hello, Blue Lori. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And everybody seems to want to like that topic. Lori. So, Laura, Al, we'll have to get with you on that one because everybody seems to like that topic. We know
several people that do their own homemade dog food.
Well, she also was
telling them that I used to do it for Ruby and Bo.
Oh, Mark used to do it all the time. But I said, Mark, please don't make that anymore.
She says that, sure, I was only trying to be funny because I thought the show was about reselling. That's a wonderful. Yep. Look, again, this particular show does not have to be just about reselling because we want everybody to come in and have a good time. And
I'm not here. I'm not here today as a reseller.
That's right.
I'm here as a collector. And I think a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the people that you see on these shows that are resellers, and I do sell jewelry, but first and foremost, I started out as a collector.
Boo!
And
all right, Jeffrey.
I know that there are a lot of people out there that would be more than tickled pink to see what it is you collect and ask why you collect it.
Michael, you got a special comment right here.
Oh, hey, Becky.
Hey, Boo, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you and welcome.
Boo. Boo! I love my new song. You make Denise and I sound good. Hard thing to do. Ooh, nearly impossible. Well, any kind of homemade cat food or dog food. I don't think people make any different. Mark makes some great
Well,
dog
again,
treats, dog
I've
cookies.
been researching, and a lot of things you're not supposed to feed dogs certain seasonings when you're cooking, but there are some seasonings you should use in your food for dog food that I've been doing research on because I want to start learning how to do that for my dogs and be more healthy. And there are so many different things that I'm still researching. So yeah.
I read a thing on, on my phone, feeds come up, and this woman was talking about how beneficial cinnamon was for
Yes, that
dogs.
and what was the other one? Turmeric.
Turmeric,
Yep.
which
Protein.
isn't cinnamon and turmeric's used in a lot of Indian food. So if you're doing some kind of a stir fry, there may be some, leftovers there that would be good for your animal.
Claudette, hello, good afternoon, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. But
Hi,
there are
Claudette. And
some
I tell you what,
things you can't give your animals.
Claudette is one of the most loyal viewers. That lady will go in and she'll watch every time Mark takes a picture of me eating a mouthful of something, in any kind of a short or anything, and makes a comment, and you have no idea how much that means to me.
I just saw this
You have
comment.
no idea.
I love
Thank you a lot.
cinnamon on my oatmeal. Believe it or not, I started using cinnamon and brown sugar in my yogurt, in my cottage cheese.
I
Actually,
can
pretty
almost
good.
deal with it in cottage cheese as long as excuse me, it's small curd cottage cheese.
I just love cottage cheese.
I went on a field trip to a cottage cheese factory when I was a kid. I don't eat any large curd cottage cheese. Sorry.
Okay, so we're all adults.
No. Speak for yourself.
So I mentioned it this morning, and we would go down to the butcher meat market here in Kansas City, and they have not consumable for people, but animals, okay. And we nicknamed it lips and a-holes.
Yes, indeed.
And I've called Mark that before too.
So you can either do chicken or you can do beef. And most of the time we would get the beef parts, and you'd have to cook it outside because it really did smell like a-holes.
April said that was her nickname in high school.
Bo, shame on you.
Anyway, I had a specific crock pot that I used to cook this stuff out in the garage because you couldn't know. And we would mix it with vegetables and rice. And the dogs absolutely loved it. Now, the thing about it is, when I was taking care of my aunt as she was passing away, okay, my daughter calls me and she says, "Dad, we've run out of lips and a-holes."
Okay.
And we went and got the dogs regular dog food. Major mistake. Because the next day my daughter calls me and she says, "Dad, the dogs are sick. There is diarrhea everywhere."
Oh no.
It was on the ceiling.
Oh, Mark, you fed him your meatloaf?
How dare you?
Let's see. Don't tell them I accidentally gave it to your aunt.
No.
I put cocoa powder, cinnamon, and you're good. I did it too, but I also add walnuts and apples when I do that as well.
Okay, so I got to tell my lips and a-hole story.
Okay. So again, like I want to say though, don't forget that every Monday can be any topic. It does not necessarily have to be about reselling. We want everybody to come together with any kind of good topic that you would like to share with everyone, and I think that's gonna be a good one. Pumpkin is real good. Yes, actually, my dogs like the sweet potato. They seem to like that. So I'm trying little things. That my girls love my two dogs love beets as well.
Neighbor's not
Dog
too
food.
happy about your cooking. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
New food. Yeah, you're supposed to gradually add it in with their old food and new food. Yes.
Well, my daughter and son-in-law out about a very that was a good lesson for them.
Carol, did you see the news today on in Massachusetts where there was somewhere in New York where they had 56 or 58 um what was the name of that dog on a dog? Golden retrievers that was rescued and put up for adoption here in Massachusetts because of bad upkeep, and it was surrendered by the state from New York to Massachusetts. It was like
Puppy mills.
58 puppies, multiple breeds that they were trying to breed. It was on the news today at noon. Yeah, they're gonna be up for adoption. Them puppies are so cute. No, I don't want another puppy.
You're not going to get another poopy dog?
Oh, God, no. No.
You know, it's Mark and I might at one point have gotten another pet,
I like that.
but when we lost Nelson, it
Mm-mm.
it it hurt too bad.
Mm-mm.
My dogs seem to like carrots as well. Spinach, latte. Chaya does not like it, but Maddie May, she'll eat it. She loves spinach. Lettuce, no, they won't eat it. No, cabbage, they will. But there's certain things they just don't eat. All right. So for those that don't know, Mark and Mike, Michael, we asked Mike to come on because there are so many different things about jewelry. We're not talking about reselling. We're talking about in reference to for those who like to collect. We have different things that we love collecting. And so today, if you have any questions about jewelry, and how to decide whether if it's okay with markings, no markings, is it signed, no signature, what to look for, and things like that. That's what we're going to talk about today. So without further ado, Michael, and if anybody has any questions, please start feeling free to ask in the chat.
And I
Uh,
will I will feel free to ignore you if I don't know what to say.
that I didn't hear. I wondered what makes the dogs more sick. The lips of. All right, Abu. Jimmy Kimmel is coming back on the week. I don't watch that, but I didn't hear that. You have
I
Ralph.
hadn't heard that either.
Ralph makes a perfect pet. Yeah, right. Yep, exactly. So we have Gate Smasher with a question. What
What's
is
the
the
easiest?
easiest way to clean silver?
Do you have
While you do that, I'm
okay?
gonna I have.
It all depends on what you want to do with it. Number one, a lot of times people, if you're a collector and it's in your collection and you want to leave it the way it is, the patina, that the oxidation that forms on silver, leave it alone. A lot of pieces of silver have a built-in patina. In the crevices will be darker. Don't clean that out. If you want to clean just the surface, on smaller pieces like jewelry pieces, this is what I use. I use polishing cloths, and we are not supported by this company, the Sunshine, but I'm telling you what, they're really good cloths. And you just do a light rubbing on them with this, and then you can use an old t-shirt, um, underwear if you have them, but
What?
don't get them wet. Now, if you have a piece that is heavily oxidized, um, and it does not have stones or does not have pearls, especially, you can use products like Turnex. And but do not leave it in very long. Just leave it in just long enough, and if you watch it, you'll see when the tarnish is being dispersed. Pull it out immediately. Rinse it quickly because you got to get that smell off of it. You do not want to touch the Tarnex with your fingers though, because you'll have that smell on there and it will burn you.
Okay, Gate Smasher does have someone's underwear.
Oh, there you go. But anyway, and then you can go back and use this, a polishing cloth. And if you want it to stay that way without tarnishing quickly, put it into a baggie, a Ziploc bag. And even better, if you happen to have a vacuum sealer, like a food saver, put it in there, seal it up, and it won't tarnish very quickly. If you don't have that, you can always wrap that piece of silver in a piece of aluminum foil. Wrap it in aluminum foil, put into an airtight bag if at all possible, or squeeze out as much air as possible in a Ziploc bag, and that will keep it pretty well cleaned up. Just like if you're working with your silverware, if you have sterling silver flatware, if you have silver plated, this will work for all of that. Now, silver plated, be very, very careful because that is not solid silver. It is just a plating that has been put on that. So if you're cleaning that, please be very careful. Do not use any chemicals on it whatsoever. Do not use a silver cream. This is the best thing for that, because what you want to do is just take off a little bit of that darkness. And if you will look at your, especially antique silver pieces, you want to have a little bit of that age showing through.
Gate Smasher, I get those on Amazon, and I just looked those up today.
Because we go through a lot of these.
He goes through a lot.
Because I also use these on pieces that are, I don't know if I brought a piece. It will work on copper, but you don't.
Make sure you have gloves on too when you're using that cream or whatever.
We will talk about copper later. No, that's sterling. No, I wanted a piece of plated.
Because this is what I use, but I use mine with gloves, but I use very little on the sponge.
Well, that's what Susie uses. Susie is big on that. But
Hey,
and I've used it too. If I need extra help.
This is what I was told to use when I first started.
I have used Neverdol. Neverdol is not the best for a piece.
No.
But you get a lot of scratches no matter what kind of a cloth that you use. So kind of stay away from that. But the right silver cream does work, and it does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
However, you are still going to end up with white residue in the crevices that you have to, I end up having to pick it out with a toothpick.
I don't use it on anything that has crevices. I only use it on solids because I don't want it in those crevices, because that's the hardest thing to get out.
You can't, it's virtually impossible.
Hello, Nora.
There was another, okay, Claudette says when they say gold plated, what is inside a piece of jewelry if it's only plated?
It could be any kind of base metal.
It could be silver.
No, most of the time it's not going to be, it could be silver. A lot of times it's a base metal like nickel, or it could be aluminum. It could be copper. It could be whatever pot metal is laying out, because what they're doing is just trying to give a more opulent coating to a cheaper piece of metal. That's not to say there's not some very creative pieces made out of that. And don't pass it by because of it. And if you've got a piece of jewelry and dang nabbit, I wish I'd brought one down. Okay, we'll look at this one. Even though this is
Suzette says, does it have to be a really soft cloth? Yes, you want it to be as soft as possible.
That's why I'm saying don't use a paper towel.
No.
It's too abrasive. Use an old t-shirt. There are polishing cloths that are out there just for that, but you don't need to spend the money for it. You just don't. But a t-shirt is the best thing for it, to be honest with you. After you've used whatever cleaning method you want to use, like a cloth, or if it's a flat metal piece, you can use rights if you want to. Even if it's bad enough to where you've dipped it in Tarnex, in order to finish that off, you still have to use a polishing cloth in order to get your shine back.
And when
Now,
you do it, you're going to notice it's going to turn like a grayish black on the towel.
absolutely. And it's going to do the same thing on these polishing cloths.
Yeah. Jeffrey wants to know,
That's
can you use Boris to clean jewelry? No.
You mean borax?
borax?
No. Okay, I'm looking it up, and Sunshine 5 polishing cloth jewelry cleaner, 5 tubes, like what? 5 of these tubes for $19.32 on Amazon.
That's not bad at
And-
all.
Well, the thing about it is that you'll be, even though the cloth looks filthy, you can still use it
Mm-hmm.
for a while. And it's
She
still be
says her
effective.
grandma always used cloth baby diapers.
Yeah. Well, same thing. Cloth.
Yep.
Yeah, cotton.
Yep.
As long as it's a soft cotton, it'll work. Or you can even use old tea towels will work that are soft and the cotton.
Is there anything special for polishing gold? Hello,
No.
Amy.
Hey, Amy.
The only thing that I can say about cleaning jewelry, precious metals like gold, if it has stones, because gold will dull, you can use these polishing cloths on gold and it works beautifully. Don't use the vibrating kind of a machine to clean things with stones in it because it will loosen stones.
Hey, Jen Head.
And you'd hate to lose your diamond and have to have that replaced because you've had it in one of those ultrasonic cleaners. I use, if I need to clean something
Hey,
like rhinestones, if I'm cleaning rhinestones, you don't want to immerse that entire rhinestone because you do not want water to get back behind the stone and the foil backings because that will tarnish and it will eat away that finish and it will dull your stones. If you have to, first thing you do is try to go in with the least amount of harm possible and just use a t-shirt and go over the stones. If it gets to the point where that's just not cutting it, you can use alcohol, and you use alcohol on a Q-tip, and you can clean each stone individually. And that is really an effective way because the alcohol evaporates so quickly that you don't have to worry about it damaging the backs of the stones.
What I do is I use, you know how when you go to the dentist and they always give you these little packs of toothbrush and toothpaste and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I use a toothbrush and dip it into the cleaning solution that I have. Instead of putting in the sonic cleaner, I'll use with a toothbrush.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
But it has to
Make
be
sure it's soft toothbrush.
if you're going no, not even that. If you're going to use one to clean those stones, use a baby toothbrush
which
Oh,
is
that's
soft.
because they are even softer than the regular soft bristle toothbrush. And connoisseurs, I love connoisseurs. It is great for diamonds. It's great for gold, and you can use that also for costume jewelry. And it is a great product. It really is. And it dries pretty quickly. Just don't immerse the entire piece.
right.
Don't do it. Because you can't get it dry fast enough. Even if you stand there, dip it, brush it off a little bit, and use a blow dryer on it, don't.
And if it's a piece of costume jewelry that the stones are glued in, it will,
Glue's gone.
the glue's
Yep.
gone.
Yep.
Hi, Aaron. Okay.
Amy says you can get it at very cheap at Walmart or just to soak you for a few minutes. Yes.
And that's fine for your fine jewelry for gold. It works very well for gold. And if you've got let's say you've got a gold bracelet or a gold necklace that has dulled, I don't want to say it's tarnished, but it is dulled. And over the years, it will, because you're putting on lotions, you're putting on perfume, you're sweating, you're getting stuff on your jewelry that's going to dull it.
Mhm.
And
Hairspray.
that hairspray, that is the perfect time to use
I'm glad I got that
an
problem.
ultrasonic cleaner. You can use that for that.
All right. So if anybody has any questions about jewelry, no matter what it is, let's ask away because that's what we're here for today.
And if we don't know, we'll tell you we don't know.
That's right.
Absolutely. Because anybody that tells you they're an expert on anything, they're a dang old liar.
That's right. Let's see.
Now, Michael did bring some,
I did bring some jewelry for examples on things,
yeah, examples.
but
That's a good point right here.
people right now. Well, Cool Ranch. The thing about the Dawn dish soap is you still have to rinse it off, and that's fine if you can if you feel comfortable with it and you don't have any problems with it. But if it's rhinestones specifically, any kind of a colored glass stone with the foil backing, you don't want to chance it. You really
Yeah,
don't.
I always do it with a little bit and then let it dry completely or pat it dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got their way of doing it.
And
Hey, if it works for you, go for it.
That's right.
I go by the experience that I've run too many pieces of jewelry over the years.
That's how you learn by your mistakes.
And sometimes you have, if you get something that's different, you experiment with it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
So, and I keep those pieces around that I've boo-booed on. That way, if I want to try something else, I'll try it on a piece I've already ruined.
That's right. So what else you have for us today, Mr. Michael?
Well, I don't know what it is exactly.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you what.
Yeah, let me ask you this question then. Is it more important, or from what I'm hearing, some of the comments I get here and there, is it more important for a piece of jewelry to be marked?
Okay.
We'll start with that question.
Well, okay. And you've hit me with a good question, because I've said this on our own show before. I don't buy jewelry by the manufacturer's name being printed on something.
Mm-hmm.
I buy jewelry by the construction, the design, and the workmanship. That's how I buy for my own collection, especially. Right. Now, it's kind of confusing to people, and I brought one example to show you guys for sure.
Yes, we are talking about jewelry.
Susie says, "Hey, we talking about jewelry?"
Yeah. Susie. Oh no, here she comes. I brought one I want to show you, just as an example.
Right.
Here's a picture of a piece of jewelry. This is, and I'm going to settle another controversy that I've always had, a pet peeve of mine. This is listed as a piece of Weiss jewelry. A lot of people say it's called Weiss. I only use Weiss due to the fact that I saw an interview with an employee that had been with them for many, many years. And they always referred to it as Weiss. So anyway, I call it Weiss. You want to call it Weiss, tomato, tomato. But anyway, here's this brooch right here. Beautiful, isn't it? Now
let me ask you this: the one you just showed us, would that be considered paved?
No, these are bezel set. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see if I.
Hold on a minute.
You gotta find the other one. I'm so good with, telephones and computers.
He's having technical difficulties.
No, I'm not. He's just trying to get me to my other picture.
Yes, crazy mate. We're talking about jewelry.
There it is. Okay.
Jewelry.
Now, this is the back of that piece of jewelry. You see all the open settings? I don't care about the open settings. I want you to look right up here. See where I'm pointing? It is clearly marked Weiss. It has a Weiss stamp on it.
Do me a favor and bring it back to the camera, but bring it more to Mark.
Wait a minute. I can only. Oh, I made it a little bit bigger. That might help.
There you go.
There you go. See where it's marked?
WEISS.
Now I want to show you something else. This is my collection. Same brooch.
I love the way it's made.
Here's the back of that brooch.
It's articulated.
Do you notice anything up here? Right up,
Well,
right up here,
bring it towards Mark more and bring it to the camera.
right here.
It's not
No, no,
marked.
it's right here.
Oh, I'm at the wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was trying
Well,
to
we
tell
need
you.
one more camera up here.
Here.
Oh,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
There you go.
Right up here.
It's
Right
not
there.
marked.
No, it
Was it
has the
against your road?
cartouche, which is like a little oval tab,
Uh-huh.
but it's not marked. It's the same piece of jewelry. That's for me to show you that you shouldn't be buying just because it has a mark on it.
That is beautiful.
This piece of jewelry was marketed by Weiss. It was not produced by Weiss. They didn't make it. Somebody else made it. And the thing about it is that they had contracts with certain markets. Let's say in New York, they had contracts with, I don't know.
Helzberg's.
No, they don't have Helzbergs in New York.
Oh,
Let's say Macy's,
Bloomingdale's.
Ann Taylor, somebody.
Wars.
No, this is my life. But anyway, they had specific contracts for so many pieces to be marketed under that name. Now, let's say that same piece, after they've made that initial run of jewelry and they've sent it off to Weiss, what's left over, or what they may have a contract with um, the May Company in California, but the May Company wants their name on their jewelry pieces. So they would have hang tags, they would have little cards that piece of jewelry was put on that said the May Company. Same piece of jewelry, different marking or no marking at all. And you have to stop and think, this was before the age of
Aquarius.
the internet. Information was not, you're sorry, all right. Information was not widely known. A lot of it was regional. Yeah, it may have been Bergdorf's. It could have been any of the high price places. Well, the thing about it is people like to know, and here in Kansas City, it might have been by Klein's. That was a big, well-known place here in this area.
That's right, Craig.
Or it could have been Lord and Taylor in St. Louis. And they wanted their name on a product.
Is it made of the same quality material as the original?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is the very exact same pen. It's the same pen. It's the same
It's
brother.
just not marked. Yeah, it's not
Just
signed.
marked or unmarked.
But open the picture of your phone again and put them side by side.
Oh,
Okay.
It is the exact same. It's just not signed.
that's the back.
Okay.
Well, there's the back. And here's the back. It's the very exact same piece of jewelry.
Yep, and I'll show the front.
Oh, Lord. Come on, Johnny.
There you go.
Well, you got to compare the side by side now.
Here's the front.
I mean, it's identical.
Well, it's the same piece of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
There
Hello,
we go.
Terry. Welcome. Identical. Yep, even down to the extra little curves on the centerpiece.
So you don't go by necessarily a mark. You go by the way it was made, the quality of the stones, the quality of the mountings. Now, here's another example.
Masha asked, did you get the unmarked cheaper?
No,
Oh, cheaper than what this was. This was.
that was
This one was listed for $50 on
and
on
sold
Etsy.
and sold for $50 on Etsy. I would be proud to pay $50 for it unmarked. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a piece of jewelry. It is unmarked. Here's the front.
Oh, I like the cut on that stone, too.
Oh, it's a neat cut. And it was actually It was actually by Whiting and Davis.
Whiting and Davis?
You know, is it going to be like this all day?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The reason why there's not a Whiting and Davis mark on this is they didn't have room to put it on anything the way this was made. I also have a bracelet and earrings that match. The bracelet has the Whiting and Davis mark on it. These sets get separated over the years. So if you get to where you're looking for quality workmanship and great design and craftsmanship, you don't have to worry about a mark on something. Now, I know there's a lot of people that only collect if it's got a marking on it. That's a mistake. I'm going to show you another example. This is, oh, okay. This is a beautiful brooch. Great pen. See if we can get that to focus in a little bit better.
Perfect, right there.
There are no markings.
I love the clasp on it.
You know who this is? Susie might know. This is Miriam Haskell.
Miriam Haskell? Oh
And
dear.
a lot of her pieces only had hang tags, especially the early ones like this. And the only reason why I knew that is that I have had a bracelet in the past that still had the original Miriam Haskell hang tag on it.
You too, Jeffrey.
Is one country's silver better than the other?
As a matter of fact, your best bet to buy silver from another country, Italy. Italy, their silver content is higher than 9.75 in most cases. And surprisingly, Mexico. Those are both good places to look for silver jewelry. Now, you need to be very careful about anything unless you're testing it, hopefully before you buy it, I've had a lot of trouble with jewelry that is marked 925 Thailand, 925 China. What's the other one? 925 India. I've had trouble with all of those. But Italy is good, and so is Mexico. So I hope that helps.
You still got to check. You still got to check your silver, no matter where it's from, because even with Mexican silver, a lot of times it does not test silver.
Well, yeah, you got to be real careful because a lot of times it'll say alpaca silver.
And many vintage sites have one piece out of the set signed.
Absolutely. And like I said, Susie, only one piece will be signed, and those sets become separated over the years.
All right, Jeffrey, have a great night.
You break an earring, you keep the brooch, or you lose the brooch, you keep the earrings. That's just the way things run.
That's a good point that she's saying, though, because a lot of times when I get a set of something that has the earrings, the bracelet, and the necklace, 9 times out of 10, not all of them are marked. Yep. They may have a smaller marking, but not all of them in the set is marked.
And another thing is that don't discount jewelry. And Susie, I'm glad you're here because I'm sure you'll have a comment. Just because something says Sarah Coventry on it does not mean that is not a wonderful piece of jewelry. Because I can tell you what, Sarah Coventry never made a piece of jewelry in their entire lives. Their jewelry was always sent out to what they called jobbers. They would either make the design or purchase a design from someone else. A lot of times only one earring will be marked. But anyway, I brought 2 examples that are Sarah Coventry. And they were both marketed through Sarah Coventry. But people say, oh, it's Sarah Coventry. Well, right now, Sarah Coventry is a hot commodity. And the earlier Avon pieces are very collectible right now. So don't discount anything that says Avon, especially anything pre 1980. Anything from the 70s and back are usually pretty well made and are collectible. And you got to stop and think 1970s to 2025, we're getting some age on them.
Yep.
But I'm going to show you two brooches. Two. And they're both Sarah
How many?
pieces. Two. There are,
Oh my God,
this
Mark, not
is,
one, but two.
not one, but two. I'll show you the back.
Here, I'll be right back.
Down here at the very bottom is the Sarah Coventry mark.
Yes, I do
Look
see
how
it.
look how well made that is from the back.
Yep.
It's got a beautiful rhodium finish. And look at this. Don't discount something that says Sarah Coventry.
Wow.
This is their peacock brooch. And this was produced by Delisa and Elster in New York. One of my very, very favorite jewelry manufacturers. I want to show you the back of this one. Look familiar?
Looks like the same brooch you just showed us.
Uh-huh. Only this is in Blue Lagoon.
Oh, wow. And you know what's interesting? Terry just posted it before you showed that brooch. She said the Blue Lagoon set of Sarah Coventry was made by
Yep.
D&E, who also made Juliana.
And there are the two. This one
Wow.
is the Blue Lagoon, and this is Peacock.
But they're both gorgeous.
That is why I don't buy jewelry by a mark on the back.
Mhm.
I just don't. There are people that only want to have marked pieces. I'm going to show you the piece here. This is Juliana,
That was going to be my
and
next question for you.
and I'm going to say, well, I have several pieces of Juliana sitting here. I never, ever, 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 ever call a piece of Juliana unless it's been verified. I have a reference book, and I have been collecting information on Juliana for a long time. Here's the back. And people will look at what they call figure eight puddling. You'll see here. And here. And here. Over here. I'm sorry, guys. It's so shiny, the camera is having a hard time picking it up. Now I'm going to show you the front part of this. This is a Juliana brooch. Some of the most beautifully crafted costume jewelry ever made. Now, this company started in 1946. It was Jerry Fells. Oh, no. The Leeson and Elster was 1947. And they made jewelry up until 1970. This Juliana line, which was only a line for them, that was not everything they produced, was from the mid 60s until the early 70s. And in the early 70s, the company went out of business altogether. But they were jobbers. They did jewelry for, oh God, Weiss, Kenneth J. Lane, Sarah Coventry, Tara, DeGloria, a lot of different companies. That's why I always go by the workmanship.
Okay, I
They
want to get
have
back
a,
in the chat for you.
Do what?
now what?
I'm getting back in the chat for you here. Let's see. That was when she came up with that before you showed the Blue Lagoon, and you just happened to show one. Susan
I
says,
have,
I love that you're showing amazing pieces from your collection.
yeah,
Certainly is gorgeous. Wowzer. I've heard that the very sought out after jewelry.
it is.
E produced for many fine lines. Amy would like to know, do any of you know where I can get the Presidium repaired? It stopped working One website says that it went to
Do you just need a new
Wand.
wand?
You can order.
You can order that.
You can order the wand.
$75, but
Yeah, if you just need a wand, you can order the part.
Now, this is another piece that was a verified Juliana piece from the Juliana line. I'll show you the back. And here's the front.
Wow.
Very distinctive. Look at the craftsmanship. Look how thick and wide that thing is. And the multi-layer. And all those layers are actually welded in. Soldered in.
D&E, they were the largest employer in Rhode Island for a while.
Oh yeah. Now D&E did another grouping. They did a lot of animal groupings. The only thing about a D&E you can usually tell if you look at the way that the clasp is attached right here. It's a single line and it's soldered on both ends. The only thing that I've ever seen that was not that way and that had a bracket back are some of their animals. This is a verified D&E, one of their novelty owls. This is also what?
Well,
Amy, did you recalibrate it after turning it off and leaving it off and then turning it back on?
and did you read Susie's response? She's dealt with, they're from Singapore, and she's dealt with the company. There we go.
Here is another piece that is a verified D&E. This is actually part of their D&E line. This is not part of their Juliana line. But would you kick that out of bed? I don't think you would. They have absolutely beautiful items. This piece is recognizable as DeLisa and Elster because of the stones that they used. These formed stones and the leaf patterns and
That
the
is
combination
very,
of the frosted glass, because these are all molded stones, except for,
very nice.
well, except for these that are faceted stones. Okay, another way to you can identify some D&E or Juliana. This next piece is a Juliana piece. It's by the construction of the back. They were known for their 5-tiled backs using this method. And here, bum 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 bum. Here's the front of that piece.
Wow. Beautiful piece.
At the same time, there's another company called it was the Regina Novelty Company. If you want good rhinestone jewelry, it's going to be either from Providence, Rhode Island, or from New York. That's where it all came from. That's where the main places for that to come in.
Hey, Regina.
But
This
also,
is a
I
company
also
called
understand that some of those companies also went to Connecticut.
tax-wise. Later on, they did.
Okay. Hello, Regina. Welcome.
Now, there's another company that I absolutely love, and it was the Regina Novelty Company, which doesn't sound like a jewelry company at all now, does it? But they marketed under the name of Regency. There's the mark.
I've heard of them before.
And they were very careful to mark each and every piece of theirs. They're one of the few companies that had copyrights on their designs. And this is why I like Regency. The quality is every bit as good as the DeLisa and Elster. What do you want?
Let me see that.
For what?
I'm going to wear it.
Oh, God. So anyway, I'm sure you're tired of looking at that. I want to go over to the other side of the coast. Do we have time for any of this?
Yeah, we
We
still
got
got
plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
55 minutes.
Well, you're gonna have to come up with something else. There's right after the Second World War. During the war, materials were very scarce. They couldn't get rhinestones from foreign countries, from Austria and Czechoslovakia. They were too busy having a war. And the metals that were used, which was a lot of it was copper with the plating on it, both the copper and the plating were not available because they were needed for the war effort. That's why you saw so much sterling silver. Sterling silver was not needed for the war effort, and therefore a lot of that jewelry during that time period, during the war, was made in sterling. Not a whole lot of stones in it, unless the company could come up with some from somewhere. But a lot of it, you'll notice I didn't bring any examples. I should have, but I didn't. I'm remiss.
Now, I do have a question for you because I see when I'm researching a lot of vintage jewelry that I may get from an estate sale, and I see, and I know it's incorrect because I see a lot of people put looking or looks like Giuliano or these other companies. How can you really tell the difference besides looking at the way that it is constructed?
Well, I can tell you what, Juliana was really a really short-lived, and I can't remember exactly. It's from the Juliana line was from mid to late 60s up into the 70s. It was a very short time period. But and it was marketed as Juliana
Mhm.
with a hang tag. Every once in a while, you will see a piece that is actually stamped Juliana, and that is few and far between
Yeah.
because that line they just didn't. And since they were jobbers, they didn't mark a lot of their jewelry because some of it went out with the Weiss name on it. Some
Mhm.
of it went out with Kenneth J. Lane's name on it. It went on out with other people's name. They were in the business to make jewelry and sell it.
Right.
Period. You have to go by the construction techniques. You have to go by the clarity of the stones, and if it's a real oddball stone that only Juliana used, that helps a lot. But most of it is getting to where you're familiar with it. I If you go online, you will see 500, and this is no lie, 500 different pieces of jewelry that somebody says is Juliana. Or you'll see Juliana like or similar to. And I think that's just bad publicity for a seller.
Well, I know I had a lot of jewelry that I put aside because I saw it said it looks like or similar to or is whatever. So that's why I brought a couple of pieces to you because like I don't like to list things that are could be wrong because I want to make sure if it's right or not. But it's
And I
still a good
won't.
piece of jewelry. It's just I don't want to label it as something that it's not.
Unless I have a verified piece, I will not say it's Juliana.
Mhm.
Uh, I will say it's Delisa and Elster,
Mhm.
which according to me and the way I look at things, it's the same damn thing.
Right. So if
They
somebody
manufacture.
wanted to learn, like for example, they're just getting into jewelry, or they want to learn
Uh-huh.
more about different types of jewelry that are unmarked or even marked,
Hmm.
what do you recommend them use when it comes to reference books to do those type of research?
I didn't bring those two. I've got two that I really, really like.
Are they up underneath the cabinet?
They're I think they're on the sofa
Okay.
in the TV
And
room.
while you're
Mark's
doing
gonna go
that,
up and
I'm
look.
going to go ahead and drop the link if anybody would like to join us on the panel. Just remember, you do have to have your mic and your camera connected because it'll tell me you're offline and it won't allow you to come on if you would like to join us for today's
There
show.
are a couple of reference books. Now, one of them, well, they're both good reference books because you actually get to see the pieces and they are verified. But I think a lot of them is she just like to put on the jewelry and show you some of these things. But the other is the best reference book. Only I think it started out like a $29.99 book, but it was a limited production. It is out of print, and Mark bought me as a gift that book, and I know he paid at least $350 for it. They're just that hard to find, and that's
I
sought
like
after.
that. Susie says, in my Juliana listings, I include the reference book page number of the piece.
I do too, but
I
I
like
don't. I really haven't sold any Juliana. It's
Hello, Ellen, and happy birthday again. Today's
because
Ellen's birthday, y'all.
that's what I hold on to. But I'm going to. I am going to have to because number one, I've just got too many pieces.
I would like to know next, can you talk about telling the age of a jewelry by the clasp, please?
Well, and Susie knows more about clasps than I do. I think that it would be a better question to ask Susie when she comes on your show because I have seen what she's done as far as clasp identification, and she is wonderful at it.
Al, I do recommend if you have not watched, you're missing out. Go to Susie's channel, just click
Hi,
on her name
Lisa.
and go to her channel. She's got a lot of different playlists on how different jewelry is not only marked, the clasp, the age, the history. She does a lot of jewelry by names, by colors, and also by stones, but also by the clasp. I
And
highly recommend you watch her videos.
and I am the first one, instead of giving you a piecemeal approach at telling you something, to refer you to somebody that has done the research.
Yeah.
These are the two books that I recommend. This one is by Caterina Musetti, and it's The Art of Juliana Jewelry. Beautiful photographs. And and this one you can find more readily, and it's cheap. You see, she just likes to show, this is how good I like wearing it. But as far as pictures, it's wonderful. Because I'm telling you, you are not going to be finding a lot of Juliana or D&E jewelry that's got any kind of a mark on it. So you have to use a verifiable reference material. This is the one that costs so much money.
Now, yes, this book is very expensive.
This is
If you look it up, the first one that's going to pop up, the book is $900. That's not what I paid for it.
he never told me, but I know it was like 350 or more. This is the Juliana reference guide, and it's Ann Pittman. And this one I thought was kind of neat.
It's signed.
She gave this as a gift to someone, and they put it on Amazon. It's an autographed copy. This is the complete reference guide to Juliana jewelry and Delisa Nelster. Now, there are certain items that were in the Juliana line that after they discontinued that line, they continued to produce it, but it just wasn't under the Juliana line. So you're going to see jewelry that was a crossover between Juliana and Delisa Nelster, and you'll never be able to tell the difference because it's the same jewelry.
And again, even if you had a book like that, it's worth it because of the fact of actually being able to find a piece and not sure, and you can use that as a reference.
And okay, so I'm going to let Michael go on his little spiel too. But you can read, people will tell you all kinds of stories on the internet.
Oh, lots of them.
However, if you have an actual reference book, these people were not paid to sell you something. They were paid to give you correct information.
And especially this book, this reference guide, there are interviews that they're not in the book, but I found out they interviewed people that actually worked for Delisa Nelster during the time that this jewelry was made. And I trusted that information beyond somebody else. Because somebody will have a piece of jewelry and they'll say, "Oh, this is Juliana." Next thing you know, that same piece of jewelry is popping up all over the place and saying it's Delise and Ulster or Juliana, because somebody else said it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they knew it was, they just said it was.
Right.
They saw somebody else say it was, and we can run with that.
Right.
Or they'll use that tool in eBay. I have similar to sell and use the same description. So 3 or 4 times down the road, it's automatically gospel now. But I'd like to jump off on something else.
Hello, Miss Mary. Welcome.
Hey, Mary.
I am a huge fan of copper jewelry. On the East Coast, you're looking at the people that we've already talked about. When it comes to the West Coast, you're talking copper. And you're talking about a company called Renoir. And that was the parent company. And it was formed in 1946. And it was a guy named Jerry Fells and his brother-in-law, what's his name? Curtis Freiler. And they have an unnamed business associate or an unnamed partner. I'd assume like a silent partner. You've got to remember that was right after the Second World War ended. We now have access to what were materials that were not being able to use because they were needed for the war effort.
Mm-hmm.
Copper was one of them. There was an abundance of copper out there after the war ended. It was all stockpiled and they no longer needed it. Now, Fells, his big thing was he started a company fashioning copper jewelry. And he was a big proponent of hiring minorities and women. One of the few in the country that actively sought these people out to give them jobs. And his entire approach was a more of a bohemian approach. It was like arts and crafts movement, but in the late 40s. And his stuff was basically all handcrafted to begin with. It was all handcrafted to begin with. And he started out with a line that was called Renoir, like the artist Renoir,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all copper jewelry. I brought some examples. Oh God, they made everything. I'm going to show some examples of bracelets.
Now that's cool.
That's a Renoir piece, and he was bringing in the modern aesthetic to jewelry. These were all shapes and forms that you have not seen before. They had their lines that were polished like this with no patinas. Oh, this one has patina behind if you look behind that black.
Michael is referring to Jerry Fells if you want to look him up. Renoir Matisse.
Well, we're gonna get to that part. But this is all Renoir line. And they did clamper bracelets. They did earrings. They did necklaces. I should have brought a couple of earrings and necklaces. And the thing is all of this black that you see back there, I have seen people trying to clean that off. That is part of the jewelry. That's the way it was produced. This is one of their most popular lines, was the artist palettes. Is that one down here someplace, that other one?
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mike, watch. I'm gonna show you something real quick. He's got the picture palette one.
Oh, cool.
I've got that too.
I bought that from you.
And the reason why you bought it for me is because I had an extra pair. And here's a link bracelet. a pen. But people are, see where the darker material is back here? That was all done by hand. So don't try to clean it off. And then, a little later on, in 1952, they went from 46 to 52 with the Renoir line. Then they came out with another line called Matisse. Again, like the
Painter.
painter, the artist, that featured enameling on copper. It is the same company, different division, and this will also it'll just say Matisse on it. Right. Let's see if you can see it. You can't. But anyway, it says Matisse. Now, occasionally, you will see a piece that is marked with both Renoir and Matisse on the same piece. And there's a reason for that. The Matisse pieces always had enameling or some kind of work on them other than just plain copper. And most of those pieces were pieces that were made for the Renoir line that wouldn't sell. So they brought that line back in, added some enameling to it in order to make it more sellable. And those are not easy to find, but you will find some out there. Very few pieces. Then their top of the line, the absolute top of their line, was this. And this is also Matisse. This is a cuff bracelet that is set with semi-precious stones. Very, very modernist.
I've seen a brooch like that too.
Well, I've got the earrings that match it.
John said he has a pair of black and copper cufflinks from the 1950s, and the copper is really pretty.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Seven Stacks.
Hey,
yeah.
Seven Stacks, welcome.
Listen, these companies, and if it's copper and it was from the late 40s up until 64, that's when they went out of business. Generally, it's probably going to be Renoir Matisse. And people hook that name together, but it's just like Delisa and Elster and Juliana. They were separate lines. The same company manufactured them, but they tried to keep it separate. Now, in the case of the pieces that were marked twice, you can call that Renoir Matisse because that's what it's marked.
My next question for you, for those who, I know there's a lot of people that are getting it, like for example, Gate Smasher says, usually buy sports cards, but it just acquired a lot of jewelry needed to go through from buying an estates. A lot of times you don't know what you have until you go through it because sometimes it just is in a big old box. Some people do clean outs.
Yeah.
So I've seen in the past, and I'm not calling out anybody's names because everybody does it differently, but what is the difference between you have boho, you have southwestern or western style jewelry, and cha-cha bracelets, the three different ones?
Oh, well, they're three. Well, but see, there's some crossover on anything, any kind of piece of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with boho, you're going to see a lot of natural elements. You are going to see a lot of copper. You are going to see a lot of leather work in some of those pieces where they're strung together on a leather string. You will see a lot of abstract florals in some of that. A lot of wire work. There, a lot of the boho stuff has got big stones. I mean, like really big pottery stones, wood beads, and that kind of thing. It all harkened back to free love, and that was very popular in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
Now
Mhm.
Southwestern, are you talking Western wear? That's going to be
Western wear.
silver with turquoise with some coral in it. Um, native gemstones, you're going to find some that's got a lot of amethyst in it, a lot of raw crystals in it. Um, brass, they use an awful lot of brass in a lot of the Southwestern stuff, a lot of copper. Um, and cha-cha bracelet. The cha-cha bracelet can sell. Okay, the easiest way to call a cha-cha bracelet if it's got danglies on it. If you've got the biggest name that people always talk about is in cha-cha bracelet. Yeah, you're right, Susie. A lot of Chico's is a boho style. It's big, chunky, heavy pieces. But as far as um,
What about watches? Silver, are they marked like jewelry?
well, metal content is going to be marked metal content no matter what it is, whether it's a piece of jewelry, whether it's a watch, whether it's a piece of flatware. It's going to have it'll either say 925, it'll say sterling. That's how that's marked. Or it will, if it's from Europe, it will have a hallmark that will show you. And actually, the Europeans did much better job than us, but they've had so many years to deal with that, where you can go by the hallmark and it'll tell you where it was made, who made it, and what year.
Now, I have been
Interesting.
doing a lot of watches where I'll take the back off of them, and I noticed, depending on the brand, the actual brand of that watch or who the maker is, the backing will tell you if it's silver plated.
Yeah,
Inside will tell you if it's sterling silver, silver, 925, gold, or whatever plated. It'll all say within inside the guts of the watch
it,
itself on the inside.
true, but it's easy enough especially on a watch, because a watch always had a lot of wear to it because you used it every day. A pocket watch or a wrist watch or a
Mhm.
lapel watch, any of that. And it's pretty easy to look at a piece and see if you have a silver piece that's worn down to copper
Yeah.
in areas.
And your
That that
movements, whatever movements they used inside of it as well.
that'll absolutely be the first thing that you need to look at. But as far as boho, I mean cha-cha, a lot of times you'll see like jewelry that bracelets that look like Twistaflex watch bands. Remember those that on
Mhm.
Timex watches,
Yep.
the metal slats,
Yep.
and they've got beads hanging off of all of it.
Yep.
Dangly bead clusters in a bracelet form.
Yep. Or the dance. There you go,
Yep.
Susie. But cha-cha bracelet, I've got one upstairs. I wish I thought about it. That is actually a Juliana piece, and it has the dangly stuff off of it.
Mhm.
Is
Eh,
turquoise and Southwestern jewelry still in or no?
okay, let me address this. Jewelry, as far as I can tell with my costume stuff, it's not going out of style. Every piece that I showed you today is completely and totally viable with today's clothing. It was completely and totally viable with when this was produced 60, 70, 80 years ago. Um, you can always make a good piece of jewelry work, whether it's on a jean jacket and you've got 4 or 5 big old pins on it, or a very severe collar with one little brooch up there. That does not go out of style. Now, Southwestern, it's going to depend on where you're at.
Mhm.
If you're in Arizona, if you're in New Mexico, if you're in Southern California, yes, there's always a market for it. And you've got to stop and think that the silver content in Southwestern jewelry is astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
There's an awful lot of money as an investment, even if you never wear that piece. So a lot of those pieces are like squash blossom necklaces. They are beautiful just as a display. But
I look
look,
at it this way. If you're not only if you're collecting it and you have it in your collection or you're using it and keeping it to wear, it's just like clothing. Everything that we used to have back in the day everything comes back around again and is always going back in style. So I feel the same thing with jewelry. A lot of the jewelry is coming back in style of the older styles of jewelry
Except for
also.
some of that late 70s and early 80s. That's uglier than hell and is always going to be uglier than hell.
But if you are a collector of Southwest turquoise jewelry, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
That's just like
Exactly.
Michael's DuPont. He's not going to quit picking it up.
Even though right now it's not really in fashion.
No,
I,
it's not.
I just like the
The
costume,
uglier, the better.
just like the costume jewelry. Would you shut up, you? Just like the costume jewelry, anything that I collect for a reason. Whether it's a memory that I've had of my mother or my grandmother or something that I've seen in someone else's home when I was a kid and I was in awe because, oh, look how beautiful that is. There's there's always something there to tug at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
And so I don't care if it's Avon bottles. If that's what you love, then collect it. And to heck with everybody else.
If it makes you happy.
If it makes you happy,
Collect what you enjoy, what you love. Yeah.
I
Doesn't matter
try
what
not to. I don't buy a whole lot of anything for us to even resell. Don't you look at me like that. I saw that look, fish eye. I
The table's full again.
of jewelry, unfortunately, but we don't buy a whole lot of anything that I would not keep in my home. I just don't. I just
and
hope that you've got somebody out there that loves this stuff as much as I do. And I've got several people that I know recognize beautifully made costume jewelry. Susie's one of them. Linda Tankersley is one of them. Susan Lynn. We've got lots of people that I know, Robin. And I don't want to call out names, but I just recognize them from being in our show and what they're interested in.
Molly.
Molly, that they love this stuff as much as I do. And that makes me happy.
I've learned a
And
lot about the Swarovski or Czechoslovakia stones too. They're amazing.
any of the stones okay, the stones from Austria and Czechoslovakia are some of the most beautiful stones, colored stones.
Hmm.
I'm going to preface that.
Hmm.
Colored stones that there are out there.
Yep.
Eisenberg used some beautiful Austrian stones in their clear stuff. Beautiful. And I love um, Austrian and Czechoslovakian faceted bead necklaces and pins.
Yep. Yeah, because I processed a lot of that already. It's amazing.
But I'm hoping I'm not boring anybody.
No.
But
Also, if anybody has any questions, and again, it's not necessarily that you are collecting them to resell. Most of us, I know myself, I have a collection that, after a while, it's like, okay, it's time to get rid of some of this and let somebody else enjoy it. It's okay to let some of it go. But I know some people, for example, that if they buy a new piece, this is how I got for a while, where if I buy a new piece, I have to let some of those go because I have so much of it. When you start having a large collection, I don't know about Mike, but I know for myself, I had two, not one, but two floor style jewelry boxes
uh-huh.
full of brooches because I used to wear them all the time in New Orleans on the Mardi
Yeah,
Gras, going to Mardi Gras balls and wearing the tuxedos and having it all over the lapel. Who can do the most? Who has the most? And who's got the most brooches? And after a while, I was like, okay, I got to let some of this go.
I like brooches.
I do
I
too.
like necklaces. I like earrings. I have an entire room that is. I have
Nothing but jewelry.
I have two china cabinets, three china cabinets. Really, one's a smaller one.
Oh, yeah.
There you
I
go.
have shadow boxes that I've made that are on the walls. I've got probably 10 tubs full, and I've got two that I've got some of my special stuff. I've got in these little cabinets with drawers. But yeah, you end up with an awful lot. But
You know, I have to say this too. If you have a piece, I'm only doing this because these are a couple of pieces that I have here that people have sent me. I've even put them in little shadow boxes, little frames,
oh yeah,
like this one that was sent to me. It's in a frame. It's a brooch and a pendant, but it's got the rhinestones. Look at this. There's nothing wrong with doing that and enjoying it. And then like this one has 3 of them in it. So don't be afraid to do that with some jewelry.
yeah. And don't be afraid. I'm telling you what, it's just like anything else that we own. Don't sit there and just look at it. If you want to wear it, wear it. That's what it was made for.
Yep.
Mark
Enjoy
collects
it.
Mark collects Fiesta, and guess what we eat on every day? Fiesta. If it gets broken, so be it. But I use everything that I own.
Did
There's
you
not
see
a thing
Claudette's
in here that I wouldn't use.
comment, Michael?
I can listen to you all day long. Oh, Claudette, you poor misguided
And
soul.
Ellen said, collect as much, makes you smile, invest in things that you, yes, because again, it will go up in value and enjoy it while you have it.
And the thing,
Right.
John Roberts said something about Roseville, about pottery. Yes, I want everybody to know that there are cycles for everything. Everything goes in a cycle.
Yep.
And I have noticed 20 years ago, you couldn't buy a piece of Roseville. It was out of everybody's reach. All of those pieces have been picked up and put into collections. Well, sadly, people downsize, people pass, and you get a glut on the market all at once. And so and the internet doesn't help matters at all.
I
But
like
the
that
thing
great
about it,
scripture. He sells it while
yeah.
he's doing it. That's right.
But the thing about it is that we've noticed, and we've talked to a lot of young folks while we're out on our travels that are buying old homes, and they're wanting to furnish these old homes in the time period.
Hmm.
So if they have a house that was built in the 40s, they're looking for that Roseville. So it's coming back. Just be patient, just like Carnival glass.
They're finding out. There are some young kids that are finding out. Okay, the IKEA furniture is going to fall apart in a matter of just a
Months.
couple of years, maybe
Yeah.
months. However, if you get an old piece of furniture that's been around for 50, 60, 70, 100 years, it was built to last.
Sure. And you know what, Alan? If that mood ring makes you happy, so be it. The heck with anybody else.
That's
If
right.
it makes you smile, makes you happy, you should have it.
That's right. And you enjoy it. Also, don't forget, if you would like to come on up, the link is at the top of the chat. If you would like to join us on the panel, you're more than welcome to do so. If you have any questions, ask away in the chat. That's what we're here for. And if you have any topics you would like to bring on the show, or you have a topic you would like to share as a guest on the show, make sure you reach out to myself or Mark. Email us and let us know. We'll be glad to have you on as a guest.
I would be more than happy. I would be elated to see what other people are collecting. If it's ephemera, glassware, anything like that. I just find it fascinating what people collect.
And I think a lot of people will finally realize that the last 10 years of the gray, boring, lifeless color trend for everyone is finally changing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I'm moving from gray to beige.
Yeah, the thing about a lot of the things that were made back in the day are a lot better because they last longer compared to what's being made today.
Oh, absolutely. It kills me. I have become the happy hunting ground for East Lake Victorian chairs, side chairs. I will see one at a thrift store. I will see one in a flea market. I will see one at a garage sale, and it's sitting there looking so forlorn. And I'm thinking, don't go to a dump. Don't go home and paint it orange. Come home to live with me, and we'll find a place for you.
but we don't have room.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I know.
Check your batteries, Alma.
Well, the thing is that And these are pieces of furniture that I can remember that were so coveted when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And the same chair that you would get $125 to $150 for, you're seeing at a thrift store for 15
Or 5.
or 5, yeah. And I just can't bear it. I adopt things.
Right. And again, with the jewelry too, collect what you want, no matter what it is. Even if it's not jewelry. For me, for the longest, I collected. Even though I collected Fenton, it was always Mardi Gras glass. That was my color that I chose. I love that coloring. That's my choice that I went with. It was gold and more all costumes.
You know what?
Mr. T.
Carol made a comment about gold. She wore all costume. Was it all gold costume jewelry?
No, she said her
I have
aunt
seen,
was known to wear as many necklaces, bracelets, and brooches as she could put on her clothes.
and I have seen some of the most beautiful ways that people have done that. Just layered and layered and layered. There was a lady that used to live on my route, and I'd go to deliver her mail, and she might have 20 bracelets on her wrist,
And
all the
this
way up to
time
her
we're talking
elbow.
about Mr. T.
And I just think I, I thought, more power to you, honey.
Yeah.
Could
But
I
this
have
other
number
comment had to do
5?
with Mr. They were talking about Mr. T in the
And
chat.
then I'd have to count, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like number 5 off your wrist, please. Did I mention how pretty your hair looked?
I have to ask you, Michael, because I feel like this answer, I already know the answer, but have you ever went somewhere where you saw somebody working or behind the scene or whatever, and you see them wearing something and you asked them how much? Have you ever done that?
I would never, ever do that. I think that's rude. I do compliment people on their jewelry all of the time. And I've told many, many people over the years how much I appreciate their jewelry. And I have told quite a few of them exactly what it was, when it was made.
You just had
I've
this
done that.
discussion the other day with a young lady.
We did.
You did, yes.
And
Stood there and talked to her for half an hour.
well, the thing is that I think people appreciate it when you notice something they're wearing.
Well, he already answered my second part of that question because I was going to ask
And
that next.
it's like when I met Mark, I said, Mark, you know, I'd like to mention something to you about what you're wearing. The depends goes under your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my next question was, do you ever tell somebody what they have if they're not sure what they're wearing?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
old mail. Lick it, stick it. 7 stacks. That was to you, Michael.
Yeah.
No, I've never, well, in the time that we've been together with 8 years now, I've seen him tell people, approach people about whatever piece of jewelry they're wearing, but he's never offered to buy it.
Never.
That's what I feel.
Never. I think that's inappropriate.
Because he is classy with a capital K.
Couth with a capital K.
But I'm going to go back to, because TZ figured it out. It was actually about the worker, not like, say, just anybody in the store. We're talking about a worker in the behind the glass case or cases at a location where you work, where they're working. You know how some people actually wear what they're going to sell in the store? Have you ever had that issue?
Yes.
That's what my question was gaming towards more.
We have
Okay.
we have a lady in Sedalia and has an antique shop.
Oh, her and her husband, John.
Oh, hi, John.
No,
Chelsea. It's John. It's Chelsea's.
Chelsea's Antique Mall in
Sedalia.
Sedalia.
Nicest people. No, that's not the
John
one.
was a hoot.
But that's not the one I'm talking about. There's a lady that wears costume jewelry that has another shop,
Oh,
and very nice lady. But I don't think she's in the mood to sell anything because her jewelry is double and triple the price. She had a piece of jewelry in her case, and she said, "Oh, this is very, very rare. It's $95."
That was
And
Minnie Pearl.
It was an Avon piece. And I said, because I did ask her this. What are you asking for this pendant down here, or this brooch? This is a brooch. And she said, oh, it's $95 because it's ultra rare. And I've never seen another one. I said, really? I said, I got one in my bag right here where I'd been up the street and I bought the, and it's the very exact same piece. And I paid $12 for it. So I
You know,
thought, oh,
I have to ask this question because I see this a lot. And one of the things I cannot understand is when somebody, whether it's on a platform, on an online auction, and they say this is a rare piece. What is considered rare in your book? Because in my book, when I see something rare and I'm looking it up and I see multiples on the platform, it's not rare.
I will tell you what I consider rare. That Fenton vase. How many of those were produced?
Oh, you put me on the spot. Which one?
The orange one that you sold for like $500.
Oh, that was 1980, what, 81?
But there were only how many pieces made?
138.
No, 38.
Oh, yep,
There
38.
were 38 made, and ours was number 1 out of 38.
Yeah, you did the thing on that.
It was number one. That is considered rare. When you stop
And
and
notice
think
he
of
never sent it to us for the would you buy it or would you leave it either.
I did send that to you.
You did?
Yes, I did. That's been months ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you did another one recently.
and
No, the Fenton
Okay, yeah.
Ginkgo Fire.
Yes,
Ginkgo
yes.
It
Fire.
was number 1 of 38.
38.
It was numbered, yeah.
That is what I consider to be rare.
Right.
Because you know that there are no more than 38 of them out there. And if you have number 1, that's very rare.
More, right.
There's only one of those. There's only one number
Right.
1 in that
Right.
series.
And that's one of the things I don't like when I see people throwing that word around because of the fact that, I mean, granted, if it's numbered and you have your numbers to back it up, then yes, I can understand that. But when you're that same piece listed 30, 40 times and 30 are sold, it's not rare in my
No.
book. That's
No,
just-
and the thing is you can say it's hard to find. You might want to use hard to find or
Correct.
scarce,
yes.
but you don't use the word rare unless you know there was a limited edition, how many there were to begin with. When you stop and think how many pieces of Fenton glass were made,
Yeah.
you stop and think of how many Fenton collectors there are out there. If you've got only 38 pieces and all those collectors, yeah, that's rare.
All right, this is not in the line of that's okay, you're good. But do you have a rare Barbie with the big feet? She really can't drive her today. And something about being a big fit Barbie. I never heard of it.
Barbie, huh?
Hmm.
I've never heard of it.
Me either.
I haven't
I know
either.
nothing about. I know nothing about Barbies.
That's the first time I hear about that. Where you can't drive her today, and they're first internet about the big Barbie. I've never heard of that one. Interesting. Now you're gonna have me looking for that one. I gotta go check it out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do research on that one.
She has Ken's feet size.
Oh, okay.
And let's see, John Robert, none of my family members ever collected what I've collected. Well, John Robert, maybe you need to be collecting, maybe you need to start a collection of what they collected so that you would have backup.
And Ellen collects the McCormick Spice jars from the 80s. I collect Watkins, the vintage Watkins containers.
Oh,
And
really?
I have two salesman sample cases, one from the 1920s and one from the probably late 30s.
Case Smasher says, "Are you sure it's not Bigfoot? Bigfoot in a Barbie dress?"
Oh Lord.
So I wonder if that was a factory miss. I don't know how.
All right. According to the research, it says that the Bigfoot Barbie refers to a specific playline Barbie doll, primarily from the late 1990s and the early 2000s, which the large flat foot feeted design for a standard without shoes often featured more of a tan or beachy look, such as a Cali Girl Barbie, which not Bigfoot characters, but the style of the doll was more for beach and sports themed, and their feet were allowing them to stand more easily on their own.
Huh.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I've never heard of that before.
Me either.
All right, Susan says I had say hard to find with no match found. Yeah, that's what I do, but I never use that word. I just don't like it using it.
I
Just,
don't use rare. And you see that an awful lot on Poshmark, and you see it an awful lot on Etsy, and you see an awful lot of on
you see a
eBay.
lot of that on eBay. Yeah.
And the thing is that wouldn't people on eBay know if you're posting something, then there's 95 other ones already listed that it's not exactly rare?
Yeah, that's my point too. All right, let me get so before we get ready to wind down the show, Mark, what are some tips that you would like to give for those who are in just starting or looking into collecting jewelry? What are some of the tips you would like to give them before we end the show?
Don't necessarily buy because of a name that is put on a piece of jewelry. You will begin to recognize, go out and look, even if you're not buying, if you're just out shopping around, look at jewelry pieces in antique stores and malls and garage sales, estate sales. Just look at the jewelry. Pick it up, turn it over, take a look at it, and you will soon begin to recognize how well a piece is made, what kind of finish is on it, what the design aesthetic is on it. You'll get to be pretty good pretty quick. And I've been able to tell one piece from another as far as a well-made piece of jewelry. But
And
don't always go by a name, please. Don't do it. It limits you. I do want to show two things, just real quick.
You got time? Go ahead.
You see this piece? And this piece?
Show the other one again. I was sorry, I was getting the link. I like the colors; those are pretty.
Look how well this is made.
Uh-huh.
Look how well this is made. I have no idea in this world of the next who made them. None. But I collect them because of the way that they were made, the quality of the materials, and the overall look of the piece. So don't limit yourself to just looking for a name. A lot of the big name jewelry was never marked. It had hang tags. So don't go by that at all. Don't.
Hello, Stats. Welcome.
and I will say that, okay, I have went out and I have purchased jewelry, and I'm fairly new at the jewelry end of this. And I've surprised the hell out of Michael. I brought home some stuff that I wasn't sure that ended up being
But I'm telling you what, a lot of that is because Mark has been with me so long now. When we're out on a hunt,
forever.
it just seems like forever, you'll fart. But the thing is that he recognizes what I'm buying. He's looking at what I'm interested at. He's getting to where he is seeing a well-made piece of jewelry. And don't always go by, and I want everybody to know this little thing right off too. Don't always discount a piece of jewelry because the finish, like on the back, the metal finish, this is in great condition. That it's tarnished. If there's oxidation on it, you're not going to be able to clean that off.
Okay, Michael, you have two separate questions about those pieces. So how would you
Oh,
price that last one, Mike? And also, did that ruby tone brooch have
Shielded rhinestones.
shielded rhinestones?
it's all covered. They're all shielded. All of this is. Now, it's very similar to some Delise and Ulster. It's very similar to some of the other name brands, but I've not been able to identify them as that, so I don't call them that. So
And T said, this one is $5,000 for you, honey.
This piece right here, it's absolutely beautiful.
That is
I'm just
gorgeous.
teasing.
It's a great piece. I hate to price it because the thing about it is, price is in the eye of the beholder. Whether you've got two people that are out on a show bidding on something, it all depends on who wants it more. But the thing is that
Talking about the
I
other brooch.
can tell you what I would not mind paying for it. I don't mind doing that.
Okay, I meant the other brooch where
Oh, the geometric?
rhinestones, were they bezeled?
No, these are all open back. This is all open back. And it's a very unusual cut on the stone. DeLeese and Elster did an awful lot of the oddball. It could very well be one of their lines, but I am going more by the back of the stone. That's why I would not call it that.
It looks
But
like they all
anyway,
pronged to it.
that is in the pinks and the purple. This one, I would not mind. I wouldn't quibble a bit if I walked into a estate sale and pay between 15 and 25 bucks for it. This piece, I would probably go about the same on that, and not because of the size or even the color, but the shapes of the stones. Those are unusual shaped stones. And I would pay up just because of what? The design.
I'm the same way when it comes to different shapes of stones like that.
Are you going to show these?
Do we have time to?
Yeah,
I hate to.
they are shield on the front, meaning those fan-shaped rhinestones are beveled.
Well, the rhinestones on the front are a pronged set. And they have an open back work.
Yeah, but the sides look like they have a beveled side to them.
Well, they do have a mounting that's made that way, but that's not going to be any different than if you've got a round stone with a cut setting. It's just an open back setting. For me, in order to be bezeled, what I consider bezeled, it would be bezeled all the way around without the actual prong setting, unless it's prongs that go all the way around the little small prongs. Or just the mounting itself coming up over the side of the stone. But and anybody that's watched our show and happened to watch the show that I showed these on before, I ran into a gentleman whose father, back in the day, worked for a company, and he was a traveling salesman in the Midwest. And he would go to Lily's Boutique or Aunt Frances's House of Fashion. Every little town had one.
Claire's.
And he sold jewelry, wholesale jewelry to these small companies.
Right.
And I want to show you 3 brooches just real quick. Now see this back? That is a silverback. Silver back. See this one? It's a bright gold back, polished gold back. And this one, that is rose gold. I'm going to show you the fronts. This was to show what stones and what finishes were available for their customers to order. Here's the front of the first one. Well, this is the rose gold.
That reminds me of fall colors.
Here is the front of the polished gold.
Wow.
Here is the front of the silver toned. Same brooch, 3 different backs, 3 different settings, 3 different stone combinations.
So look at it like salesman sample.
That's what they were. Mark, you want to hold that other one?
Oh, yes. You know what?
I only have 2 hands now, since the accident. It's the very exact same brooch, 3 different stones choices, 3 different metal choices. And look at that rivet construction on that.
I love that too, Susie.
And the thing about it is, I have never owned something like this. One of these days, I'm going to sell them, though. I will sell them. But that's just a piece of jewelry history that I never thought I would be able to own. And the man was lovely, and it meant a lot to him that this stuff. And he was not a young man; he was an elderly man. That someone would appreciate something that his dad had kept from when he was in the business. My
He's
bid,
oh, wait, wrong.
$15.
And Carol, I'm glad you said that because that's what Mark and I were when we first started. Mark has never done anything like this before, and that was what my goal was, to be able to turn this type of show into something that is not only informative, but bringing the community together and collaborating with other people and bringing guests on with different topics of different questions that you just don't know. But if you don't ask, if somebody's here that does it, like for example, I'm waiting to get Susie on here when she's available because she does a different thing with jewelry compared to what Mike does. Mike does
Yeah,
it.
I do it the right way, and then there's Susie.
Yeah.
Ah, I love Susie. Susie's
I
so
love
pretty.
Susie, the way she does her videos and how she gives the history of things. And so that'd be a great way to also bring some more information to you. Remembering this is not
Susie,
just about reselling, it's about collecting.
Susie does things differently than I do, and which is great because Susie is. That's why I said talk to Susie about the construction of the clasps because she's got it down pat.
Hey,
Jason!
Hi,
Jason.
Jason.
Hey,
We need to get
bud.
you on here one day, Jason.
And one of
Yeah.
and you know what? I keep telling Mark, I would absolutely adore doing a show with Jason selling nothing but costume jewelry.
He just, oh, have you seen the latest video that he did
No.
with
what's the,
Victorian art glass,
oh,
lotes, and
Jason, I've got a couple of pieces.
So, Jason, when you are available for a Monday evening, we do this from 4 to 6. If you can make it after the show started, I would love to have you on here.
But I would love to have Jason either come on our show or us go on his show. I'd love to do a sale with him. You have no idea how Jason is the most charismatic person. And he's a sweetheart. He absolutely is.
Susan said, would y'all both do that, please? Pretty please. Yeah, Jason, email us. Let us know when you're available. I'm trying to bring, we're trying to have a different guest on, and it's not necessarily always about reselling. It's giving knowledge and giving.
We're not selling anything tonight, Jason. And I don't know how much of the show you've actually seen, but I hope that I haven't said anything that you don't agree with.
Thank you, Susie. Now, being you said that, I have to say, remember, no matter what show I do on this channel, no matter who I'm co-hosting with, everyone has their right to their opinion.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs to respect those that are on the show and in the chat, that we all need to agree to disagree, but also respect their decisions on what they do and why they do it. We all do things for a reason, but we all need to agree to disagree.
Let me tell you something just real quick about Susie, since we've been talking about her a lot. Susie is the most gracious, honorable person that I have dealt with in years as far as a reseller and on the jewelry. She does not go in and grill you about something. She will wait and contact you personally and say, "Hey, listen, this is what I know. And that you have no idea how much I appreciate that. That is
She's
how
been
the
that to me as
community
well. And
operates.
I love her for it because she does it to me too.
She is always so supportive. Even when she's mad at me because I'm selling a jewelry lot and she can't bid because she's on our show.
Ellen, we were talking about this earlier. If you got critters you want to talk about, teach us.
Again, email me, and I would love to set up a weekly, whatever day you're available for the month,
let me know by emailing me and letting me know, and I'll put you on the calendar as our guest. That way I can also put you in the description bar below, letting people know what, who we had as a guest on there. And I got to go back and put Ryan from last week. But yeah, let us know, and I'll be glad to put your information in the description and promote your channel as well.
But as far as jewelry, costume jewelry, I've heard Jason talk about this before, not to rely on a mark on a piece of jewelry.
And you got to know where to source your stuff from, but you also got to know where to research some of the things that you're not sure of. But you have so many people in the community that can help you or direct you. For example, I had a piece of jewelry I didn't know anything about. I looked it up, couldn't find it. I even sent Susie the marking in different ways, just like if you would do it in Google Lens, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And I did different angles and everything. And again, it just, if you don't know it, you don't know it, but
And
just
there's some
don't.
pieces, and Johnny, let me tell you, there's a lot of pieces that you will never know. And
Right.
you won't know because they were made by companies that were only in business for a very short time. They never got off the ground. Um, you just never know. And that's fine too.
Yep.
If it
All right,
makes
so
you
Mark,
happy.
mark your little channel up here with your Gmail account. No, you don't have your account up there, do you? No, you don't have your email up there. But you can always email me at CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com. Go to the description bar. Both our email information is in the description bar below. If you have an idea for a show, it does not necessarily have to be having to do with reselling. Let us know. We'll be glad to add you as a guest on the show, and we'll bring it on for the show on Monday
Let me
night.
tell you something, Carol. You got to wait. Mark has purchased something new for Betty Louise, and I'm not sure we can put those store-bought boobies into it, but we're going to try.
So again, Jason, would love to have you on the show one week, whenever you're available. Susie as
Jason.
well. There's Mark's email if you need to reach out to him. He and I both do this show together, so if you could email him or myself, we talk every day. Even before our morning shows, we do this every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the morning show, the morning boost. We give you a good topic for that day to talk about it, and I love how we can get the chat involved. Bring everybody together, network, and collaborate. So again, Mark, anything you want to promote for your channel for this week?
We got the Friends Selling with Friends tomorrow on Janice's channel. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
Wednesday, I'm going to be back with Janice from 11 to 1 Eastern. And then you can jump over and see the Hump Day auction.
Wednesday night, it's Denise and I, the train wreck going south. And I will give my disclaimer now. If the screen goes blank, go ahead and go to bed because it ain't coming back. Because the two of us won't have to figure it out.
They, I set it up for them and then let them run with it. They're learning. They
This
are
Sunday will not
learning.
be you're not having a show this Sunday.
And, no, we're not doing it. We're not having a show. I'm going to do family stuff.
And I'm going to be dragging along behind him,
Yes, he is.
kicking and screaming. No.
Yes, he
All right.
is.
So if everybody would do me a favor, I'm dropping a link right now. Let's raid Crazy May Stash as she's live. She goes live every Monday at 6 o'clock. So let's raid her and tell her that Mark and I and Mike have sent you to her channel because she's doing a live auction right now.
Support the family.
That's right. She is actually doing her auction where she does her unboxing on Wednesdays and then she brings it to her auctions on Monday evening. Great things that she brings. So go check her out as well. And she's also, she does giveaways too, y'all, when you purchase something or just because you're in the chat. So definitely go check her out and tell her we said we sent you. So don't forget this Saturday, I'm glad Ellen said that, we are going to have our regular monthly. If you are a reseller and you would like to be part of that, I do have 4 spots open for October. This Saturday, we will be having a reseller community shop hop train sale. It's a drop sale, but it's also all premieres where you can purchase, and everybody is going to be a different show every half hour. Please make sure you are following me on my Cajun Roots Resellers Adventures channel, which is the very first channel I started almost 6 years ago. And that's where I'll be doing my portion because I'll be doing it on the first of 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is where I'm doing my show on that channel. So make sure you're following me. All my information is in my channel information in my bios down below. So as I say before I end each and every show, don't forget we do come on our morning shows at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and check us out if you're up early in the morning with a cup of coffee or tea, whatever you drink in the morning. So come and check us out as well. So as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet until another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out. And
I'm
y'all.
tired of that looking like a colon. You got to work on that.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all.